Hi guys, welcome to my first ever YouTube channel. Probably the quality of the video is not up to your expectation. Because I believe most of you probably will be running your own marketing agency, and I believe that your video content is far superior than what I got to offer here. But remember, this is just my first try. Hopefully, the quality of the audio and video improves along the way. And here it is, my first ever YouTube content video. I'll be touching about something, a long forgotten method of acquiring client at a very low cost. I believe at this moment most of you would be familiar with Facebook ads and Google ads, a novel way of acquiring client, but there is something that is forgotten, like probably it was popular few years back, cold calls. So I started off in the B2B industry as a cold caller, and cold calls was at that time one of the popular way to acquire high ticket clients. So I was probably selling an item of high ticket in nature. It's about 1,900 to 2,000 US dollar per ticket. And the only way for us to close a client is via cold calls. But what followed through was, it wasn't the cold call that actually closed the client, but the information giving via email that actually helped close those high tickets. So from there, a method of acquiring client called cold email marketing was born. I'm guessing there's not much documentation out there that's detailed about cold calling, cold emailing, especially with the new updates from Google, G Suite, and Microsoft. The popular term that cold emailing is dead is being thrown around a lot actually. I'm here to say that it's well and alive, and I'm going to show you proof on how you can actually capitalize on this old and forgotten customer acquisition method. So before we begin part 1 of cold email marketing campaign tutorial, this is an introduction to cold emailing. Hi, I'm Colin here. Let's begin. So before you start any cold email marketing campaign, it is important to remember that you need a source of contact. Who are you going to actually get in touch with? Right, so here what we're seeing is an example of a marketing database. So what we have here is an Excel containing all the information about my prospects or my prospect clients. Probably we have here a column of 9 data sets, and each data set plays a crucial role for you in sending them a cold email that's personalized to each of your prospects. That's where the conversion happens. So let's take this sheet as an example. So we have this person here, that is his full name, first name, last name, which is at this moment is empty at the moment. Possibly data about the product that we are trying to pitch to them. Example, if I'm a website design agency, I would like to know whether this particular person or this company has a proper website presence. So if in this case they do, I put a yes. For the second prospect, I notice that they don't have a website presence, so I put in a no. So these are the information that's going to lead us in converting them to a client. And the most important of them all is their corporate email. Now notice that none of this email there is any at google.com, Yahoo, Hotmail, or AOL. So these domains are what we call as a public email domain that we try to avoid, which I will tell you probably in lesson 4 or 5. So just at this moment, it's better to remember that avoid every public domains when you're actually doing a cold email campaign. So it's also important that each row is accurate with the information. Example, you don't send details on probably this person already has a website presence and you put here no, when you send this kind of email, you tend to irritate the receiving prospect. Remember, cold emailing is emailing when the person haven't heard of you yet. So it's best to have all the information accurate. Now, if you notice, there are probably one or two redundant information. For example, full name, first name, and last name. Why is it important to have a first name and a last name? Give me an example. Harry Potter. When you call somebody by the name of Potter, their last name, you don't tend to build a relationship with them. You tend to make it too formal. Whereas when you start calling a person Harry, the person tends to be somewhat as a close friend. That's what we are trying to achieve in a cold emailing campaign. You don't want the prospect to stay cold. You want them to be warm. So that's the reason we try to have as much data as possible. For example, I'm a social media agency. I probably want to check their Facebook URL, or maybe their Twitter URL. So all of this information can be used in actually perfecting your personalized email campaigns. Okay, so here I'm basically trying to explain the thought process that I'm going through when I actually try to find new data where I can use them for my next cold email marketing campaign. Imagine you're pitching a particular product with Facebook ads or any sort of online media ads. You're pitching in the dark. I mean, I'm not saying they are not effective, but basically you choose the audience and you kind of shoot them with a particular offer in the hopes that certain percentage of the audience inside Facebook ads or Google ads would basically buy your product. So you're basically pitching in the dark. You're not sure who you're selling to, because there's a high chance that person that you're pitching isn't your targeted audience. What a cold emailing does, it eliminates the doubt when it comes to the audience that you really require. With a proper marketing database, you basically know who you are pitching your service or your products to. Now, a lot of times the question that I get from my clients is, where do I find these contacts? Where do I find the database that I can pitch to immediately? So probably there are few services out there that actually sell database, but however, I would advise starting off, try to find your own data before you start procuring or outsourcing the data buying process from a third party. Start off with your own skill set and slowly outsource that particular task.